Welcome to the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship. Coming to you this evening from the Volvo Sports Centre here in Riga. Another clear sunny day here and in downtown Riga. The sun has shone day after day during these championships. Tonight we're going to bring you the 1-2 game between Sweden, who finished in top spot, and Scotland, both of them on 10 wins, 1 loss records. Sweden losing to China and Scotland losing only the 1 game to Sweden. So
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the page 1-2 game of Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship 2013. Please welcome the 2 competing teams.
And the winner of this game will go through to the final on Sunday afternoon here. And the loser will face the winner from the 3rd v 4th placed finishers in the round robin, who play their game tomorrow. That will determine the other team in the final. These 2 teams have played each other on a number of occasions, and they are certainly probably the top 2 teams in Europe right now on the women's side of the game. Interesting that we've 2 European teams here, and the other game will feature the United States and Canada from the 3rd and 4th. So, ready for battle.
Team Scotland, lead Claire Hamilton. Second, Vicky Adams. Third, Anna Sloan. And skip, Eve Muirhead. Team Sweden, second, Maria Wennerström. Third, Christina Bertrup. Fourth, Maria Pütz. And skip, Margareta Sigfridsson. Good curling.
So the welcome's over. All the preliminaries done. With me tonight I have Kenny Edwards, and we can ask him his take on who he thinks is going to win this game. There's the playoff format. We'll just hold him for a moment till we Have a quick look at that. Scotland v Sweden, winner to the final. Then the loser goes into this game, which will be played against the winner of Canada and the United States. So, first stone about to be played by Claire Hamilton, Sweden, going into the first end with the last stone advantage. And I think we should see a game involving some attacking curling here. Both teams are capable of that. Sometimes not in the first end, but just till they find their feet on the ice. So, Kenny, what do you feel is going to happen in this game?
Yeah, thanks, Richard. I don't think there'll be too many stones in play till the tail end of this game. Scotland suffering their only defeat of the week to Sweden, and kind of got caught out by leaving too many stones in play during the early stage of each end, and gave up a couple of big ends, which forced them to chase the game and run them out of stones in around 9 ends. So, rules of play for this one is 8 ends minimum in the playoff stages, 73 minutes for each team, and 1 coach interaction. Yes, I think Scotland will just be rather cautious in this game.
Once or twice when they've played before, the scores have been quite one-sided for two teams that are probably quite close to each other in overall quality terms.
Yeah, so here's the aggressive call from Sweden, throwing a corner guard. Just ignoring that red stone in the back of the 8-foot. I think Sweden know that they're maybe a little bit stronger at this type of game than Scotland.
Stone just finishing short of the house and no more. And after 4 stones, first 4 stones of play, of course, Eve Muirhead can go after this shot. A chance to hit and roll into the house here to lie 2.
Yeah, this is Vicky Adams, second player for Scotland. Catches that one the wrong side though. I think Sweden maybe it's going to play this sensible and bring the play into the house. Maria Wennerström for Sweden. Looking for a freeze. The line's pretty good. Just over curls ever so slightly. There's enough separation between these 2 stones. You should be able to remove them. This one looking pretty good from Vicky Adams. Hits and rolls to the opposite side. So steady start for both seconds.
Good, Vicky. Good ball. Yeah, well looked after. Lite tight.
Lite tight. Nina.
Ja! Ja! Ända ner! Ja! Igen!
Sweden just trying to force the play a little bit by playing the freeze. That one just a little bit too heavy. Bumps the red through, trying to use that as a catcher, a blocker, and try and get a mistake.
So Anna Sloan at third for Scotland. Left-handed player. Of course, you sometimes get a slightly different line from a left-hander. Hitting and running out. Not quite what the plan was. Last stone advantage with Sweden. And this one's too heavy. It's going to creep out. Stays in play. That back line behind the Latvia signs as the back line. You have to be fully across that to be out of play. So, Anna Sloan.
Give that a wee bit, guys. Just watch it, just watch it.
For her, left-handed, that's the out turn. Turn where the handle goes away from your body. And it will draw, as she looks at it, from left to right, going down the sheet of ice. Right to left from our overhead camera. So, Anna Sloan drawing into the house, and Fritz indicating to Bertrup to take this out.
Nicely done, no. No. I think this steady start from Scotland will maybe build confidence. I think that's what they're maybe looking to do. They have had a really good run this week. 10-1 in the round robin. Eve Muirhead for Scotland. Nice steady takeout. Something I've seen this week is teams aren't playing the real heavyweights. They're using a controlled takeout, controlled weight, just enough to push it through for a standard takeout like this.
But not all the time.
No.
You've obviously haven't commentated on a Canada game. Some of the heaviest takeouts I've ever seen played by women. Some of the men's takeouts have been heavy, but I've never seen such heavy takeouts as some of the ones this week played by the Canadian team.
Scotland will try and push this yellow through.
So end number 2 starts with Claire Hamilton once more. And this time, perhaps she will put up a centre guard, and then we'll maybe get the game running. Well, it just creeps into the house. And Maria Pritz will ask for it to be removed by Margareta Sigfridsson, who leads and skips in this team. And I think the Swedes will be looking to hit this and roll to the wing to provide a corner guard, which they hope to be able to curl behind a little bit later in the end. My mistake. Going for the corner guard. Good. So Claire Hamilton once more.
So we're really going hard on this one. This one really curling hard.
And looking to try and get some separation between the stones. Not quite what was the end result.
Yeah, this is quite a tricky double, Richard. You've got to hit it. Yeah, I've got to hit the one closest to the centre line first. So if you hit the outside one, you might push the red in behind the corner guard.
So Sigfridsson, our second stone here in the second end. And executed perfectly. Sweeping all the way to hold the stone in play. In fact, actually slightly over sweeping.
Yeah, you see, it doesn't quite get in behind the guard. So Sweden will be able to come down and try and remove it cleanly.
Don't think they can get a roll in behind, going in the other direction. Well played by Maria Wennerström.
So Scotland will just try and remove the yellow, maybe roll in behind the guard. This one's looking pretty good. Just rolling a little too far, Richard, though.
Well, nicely played. Unfortunately, just finishing up behind the tee line.
keepers on this one. They're trying to drag this one right down past the guard. But a bit of a mistake there. So Scotland will probably like to try and hit and roll in behind the yellow guard. And don't be surprised to see Sweden just follow the red and just play a freeze.
So they've got the hit, but do they have a roll? No, they don't. Hit in the nose is not a bad shot, but it leaves the stone just in front of at the front of the rings, half in, half out. So hitting it would mean the shooter wouldn't go into the house. Instead, electing to come through this little gap and freeze against the stone behind the tee line.
They do get yellow in behind the guard though, but it's not in shot position. It's only good enough for third. Sweden getting themselves in a bit of a tight spot. You see David Hay. I'll be pretty happy with the way things have gone this week so far.
Wonder what he's writing. He's always writing something. A book at the end of it.
The amount of games of curling he's played and watched, he could probably write a book.
So hoping to get right round behind this stone. Needs to curl.
A nice draw attempt from Scotland's Anna Sloan. But I'm just looking at the angles, Richard. You catch this on the nose. It could be a possible triple.
Possibly, but also a chance to lock the stone as it heads off to the right or the left, as we're going to see it from the overhead, or indeed miss the back stone like that one did. Angle's not quite right for that, so you can see the attempt at the triple takeout once more. Gets the first two no problem, but it just misses the third one on the way out of the house. So Scotland lie first shot, but Sweden lie two in the front of the house. And Eve Muirhead, it's pretty important that she hits this and rolls across to the wide area of the house to lie two shots, I think.
Yeah, got to be pretty careful though, Richard. Can't afford to drive this yellow back onto the red.
No,
behind.
Certainly not.
Just elected to hit and check to the right ever so slightly.
And Pritz and Sigfridsson having a look at this stone lying behind the tee.
Yeah, I don't think there's a double on the reds, so...
No, I don't think they can do that. But they played a lot of games, a lot of shots down the wing in situations like this, coming right round the short stones and tapping the one in the house out, because it does curl a long way at the end. I don't think they can do that here. I think it's too well covered.
You see Sweden bends. Just a little concerned, I think, Richard, with the way this second end has gone.
Spelaren 80.
Pia Lindholm on the left. He's the 3 times world men's champion between 1997 and 2005.
Vad är det för träff?
So he knows a
Lite
thing or two about
tung, lite tjock halv.
top level curling. Maria Pritz
Rent. 70. Nej. Nej. Ja. Ja. Nej.
going for the takeout here. She needs to be a little careful too on the line.
The double is there, Richard.
What a shot was that? Wow.
You see,
Once more it whizzes past the side of the yellow. That was an unbelievable shot. Well judged, well called, well played. Absolutely incredible shot from Maria Pritz. So much for the red shot being pretty safe. It's now gone. So, Eve Muirhead. There's a double on this as well. Kenny?
yeah, sure is. But first things first, got to make sure and hang around.
Big weight. She's going to make the double.
Doesn't quite make the double. Couldn't get the action on the shooter.
Well, she will lie first. Shot. But a chance here for Sweden to get an early advantage with a 2. If Maria Pritz can hit this one in the nose. By normal accounts, this would be a little bit tricky to play, coming past the guard. But I don't think it'll present any problem to Maria Pritz, do you?
I don't think so. They've just played down this line. They've had a few stones down, so they know exactly what it's doing.
On to the sweeping quickly here. I think we can tell by the lifting of the brushes that it's pretty much on target. Certainly is, and Sweden will get their 2 in the second end. And with it, some very strong play by these women from Harnasand and Sundsvall. So a change in the dynamic of the game now, with Sweden leading off in this third end. They lead 2-0, and Margareta Sigfridsson will attempt to just place this guard as close to the house as possible, I think. And Sigurdsson has won the gold medal at the European Championships in 2010 in Champery. The Swedish team have not won the World Championship before.
Weight's good. Weight's fine. Just need to leave it.
We're 2-3. We're nice.
We're good. We're good.
We're nice, mate. I'll find it off. Good player, nice
Good player, nice weight.
Yeah, Scotland are going to have to chase the game now.
Pretty much in the ice there.
So it'll be interesting to see how they go about it. Both these teams are very strong when they're 2 shots up.
Dra linjer på den. Mitt på linan. Haken nära. Sen som mitt på linan. Kör nu. Eller hake. Kör nära. Nära hake. Hårt, hårt, hårt. Jag tror linjen kommer vara där. Linjen kommer vara där. Inte på linje. Max hake. Hårt, hårt. Ja, ja. Max hake. Kör lite grann. Hårt. Nej, 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 nej. Hårt, hårt. Nej.
Well, great line.
Fina stenar. Ja, bra spel. 86. 89. Maria.
But the ice curls quite well here, and
You see some of Team Germany in to see this Page game.
Page playoff system being used, which is the arrangement where the winners here go to the final and then the losers play another game to get there. Or try to get there. Scotland a bit light on that one.
Okej att stanna eller? Center? Vad vill du ha? Den här är ju inte jättebra. Nej. Bara en fråga. Bestäm du. Ja. Jag tycker vi vickar av. Ja. Du drar lite här va? Ja.
Yeah, so Sweden deciding
Rent bara.
this red stone out wide could be a bit of an issue, so I'm just taking it off.
Hela vägen ut. Kom igen. Hela vägen om nu.
But they've got to roll away.
Kör. Hårt! Bra.
Not really
Bra Maria.
doing anything with that, Richard. You've just replaced it with your own stone and switched it to the other side. Would like to roll completely away.
30, yeah.
So Sweden lying first shot here, on the, fully in the 8-foot circle.
Wait for it in, but we need to go out!
Just punch it, line good. Keep it moving. Easy, Anna. Line's perfect. I think you can go. Clear. Look clear. Oh! Yep.
Scotland trying to draw around everything here to the button.
Okay. Down there.
Finishing as much as her.
Just not curling at the end as much as they would have wanted or hoped.
As much as that. Det är bättre än att vicka ut. Ja, jag tycker det. Ja. 30.
Chance here for Strom to tap the stone out. And Sigurdsson was pointing for a little roll in the way behind the guard. To be very accurate to do that. It's on the nose. It is no room to roll now because it's level with the yellow stone.
Yes, I think Sweden were pretty happy though.
Okay.
They're dictating the play, controlling the 4-foot area.
Don't mind this.
Like 90.
Yeah. Right out to it. Wings down a little! Oh! Easy hack! Really easy hack! Wow!
Vicky Adams try and lock this stone right onto the Swedish one.
Okay, good here.
Now a chance for
Yeah.
Sweden to hit and roll out towards the 12-foot circle, the blue one. And take the play away from the centre. Christina Bertrup.
Can they make a hit and roll away? That's a great shot.
Fint. Skräp. Bra spel. Anina, fram Maggan.
Sweepers onto that one.
I think run the guard, Eve.
Just off nose.
I think if you're running the guard,
Well, you don't need to be huge.
Richard,
just easy.
you run the
Okay,
guard
easy,
out
Phil.
towards the wide one. Because what could happen is you pick the red out and leave yourself sitting maybe 3 against. So we've got to be careful with this one.
Whoa.
Close.
Easy, Phil. No.
Stay
No.
close, whoa.
No, no,
Go
no.
clear.
Yep, clear. That's fine. Okay.
Well, wrong direction for you.
Side, Anna.
Just the wide. Take out.
Jag
So
kan även
even
tänka
your
mig
head
att
has
dra.
last
Eller
stone
plocka
here,
den
but
där.
at the moment it doesn't look
Jag kan tänka mig att slå bort.
very hopeful that she could score more than 1 point.
Vicka in, går det? Ja,
Of course,
hur långt
that's
är det
what
mellan då?
Sweden are trying to force her into doing.
Ganska långt, ja precis. Ja. 10 eller? Vill du ha? Spela nollan.
So, Christina Bertrup
Ja, stenhårt!
just hitting this red one away, hoping for a little roll in to lie 3, I think.
Great sweep. And Sweden sit 3 and take control of this end.
Very accurate play from
Barrier.
Bertrup. And
Easy barrier.
Okay, I'm thinking we might need barrier for the roll. That's the only thing.
sweeping the stone to perfection to roll just into the front of the house there.
Yes, good. Easy barrier.
So I think I might have been tempted to hit the wide one here, Richard, rather than the centre.
Good weight. Perfect weight, Anna. Good effort.
But
Okay.
Just
I think
started it
the
out
reason
there.
being you could maybe force the play together. Doing this, the play's going to be spread quite wide. Now,
Känns som att köppen blir bra.
any chance of a double or bailing out of this end with a blank is probably all but gone.
Noll. Yes. 95 är okej. Rent.
Maria Pritt
90. Rent.
delivering her first stone, the first of the skip stones here.
Var med. Ja. Hårt. Bra, Maria.
Quite happy really just to hit it on the nose. Perhaps would have liked a
90-95. Bra.
little roll
Yeah, I think
off to the left a bit, perhaps even behind the guard.
Scotland now know that they will be forced to
8, Vic. Clear.
score, so they're at least going to try and make a 2 at this. So what they'll do is they'll play an in-turn draw round in behind the yellow stone that's top of the 12-foot.
Here left. Yeah.
Line's good.
Even your head
Line only.
trying to draw behind this
9.
stone, as Kenny said.
10. Never for weight.
Must have curled quite a long way.
Line's good.
Oh,
10,
line's really
11.
good.
You can keep it in 8 foot. Line's perfect.
Needs to just stop Eve.
It's big weight. It's an unforced error from Eve Muirhead.
Slip.
Här är det bra.
Don't often see her miss the draws like that.
Ja, det är väl det. Ja, man kan ju
I
dra
certainly
hit
don't,
också.
Richard. She's usually pretty accurate. Her draw weight this week has been superb.
Där har vi dragit med Maria.
Right up there, topping the stats.
Där! Inte på linan, bra. Det är okej för mig, Maggan. Va?
Maybe just feeling a bit of the pressure
Det är bra också.
in this 1-2 game.
Inte stora hål in då heller.
Nej, hon får ju slå vicka in. Jag gillar den här. Ja, mitten ser bra ut härifrån, men det är väl risken är att man går lite långt. Vi gör dragningen då.
85.
Runda där, det blir bra. Ja,
Där 80 va?
80-85. Ja, det tror jag.
Får se vad
Chance now for Sweden to lie
Jag spelar
4
lite
shots
här.
here.
Kantar ju jättebra. 80-85.
Ja, känns som att det har varit ganska rakt, va? Ja,
Eve
hyfsat.
Muirhead better make sure her next draw weight's in good shape. She's going to be facing 4.
60, 70 ja. Det känns inte så hårt.
Inte
Nej, det
jättehårt
känns som
flight.
10 eller bak 4.
Ja.
Bak 8. Bak 8, bak 12. Tappa mycket nu, nästan bara 10.
Nej, ja.
10. Bak 4.
Ja.
Bak 4.
Ja.
10. Fram 4.
Ja! Hårt linje, hårt! Nej.
Den där tappar jag. Det är bra spel.
Det är som att svänga ner den.
Den var ju 10.
So 4 shots it is for Sweden at the moment. They lead 2-0 and lie 4 shots here in the third end.
Okej, just där det. Okej.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a straightforward nose hit. Don't want to roll out though, Richard.
No, I certainly do not. Hopefully it's a straightforward nose hit for Eve Muirhead.
Clean.
Barrier.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Clean. Whoa. Oh, oh. Clean.
Be careful to make sure they get past the front guard on the left, all right.
Yep. Just keep on it. Good Eve. Good Eve. One good.
So solid 1
Good job.
for Eve Muirhead there. She will get her single point and the
Good. Nice shot.
score will be narrowed to 2-1 after 3 ends. Sweden definitely in the driving seat though. They have last stone going into the fourth end.
Okay, line's good. Line's really good. Heads up, it looks good. Easy, easy.
Lines. Weight's good.
Whoa, ball there. Weight's good.
2-1 then for Sweden.
Ball there.
Scotland starting the end off with a
Yep, go, 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 go.
Guard on the centre line.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a fair battle now. 82% on all shots throughout the tournament so far. Well, Margareta really bringing her A game to the World Championships. And that one's absolutely perfect. Right round onto the button.
Well, she's only the 5th placed lead at 82%. Claire Hamilton 81. She's behind her. 8th place.
And this one from Claire's really nice. Just comes down and sits right up against the Yellowstone in the 4-foot.
Sigurdsson again then.
Inte längre, ingen dött.
Nej, det är riskdött. Jag skulle vilja gräva sig in nu. Den är bakom tid, bakom tid.
Kör!
So, changing the call, deciding to try and take it past the 2 stones.
Växla på den bedömningen.
It's really important for Scotland not to give up at least another 2 here. As we see some of the Latvians who are competing this week. Becky Adams, 86% for her. This one onto the nose. Would have liked a roll of some sort.
Jag tycker första.
Första tycker jag är bra. Den här gör vi.
Jag tycker den där är bra.
Är det draget? Ja. Ska ha en marginal i fart på den här? Ja. Det går ju att dutta i den där lite grann. Ja. Men jag tycker 8 är bra också.
Jag 80 på dig, eller?
Prova det, va? Ja.
Maria Weinerström at 87% is second in the second players.
Drar ganska lätt på. Den känns lite lös. Kolla ner också. Kör då. Ser ut som den lever. Vi är snart där. Ja. Kalla då. Kalla då. Kolla ner. Ja, kör nu. Bara hit. Måste.
Yeah, they're just trying to
Kör. Inte riktigt där.
get a yellow
Titta upp nu. Titta upp nu. Jag
in a
tror ni är
little
där.
pocket here and make it really awkward to remove. That was pretty nice.
Bra jobb, hörni. Bra så. 80-85. Ja, det är bra. Det är bra ni ignorerar oss.
So a big jam up of stones in the 4-foot circle now.
I think so.
Even if it take the angle off them a little bit.
Yeah, I think Scotland do need to come in and move things around, change the angles a little bit.
Got a bit on it. Easy, flick sword. Flick sword.
Wait, only on 6.
Oh, you get locked on it. Heads up.
7, 8.
Line only.
Line on leave.
Yeah. High! High! Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
9, 10.
Okay. Okay, it's not bad. tunt här.
Well, we've seen in several of the previous games how dangerous Sweden are when they get one or two stones in around the
Ja, man kan
middle of the
vänta
house
med
like
den
this.
också.
Det är ganska bra att få upp det lite.
They're lying first shot at the moment.
Det är en bra
They do have last stone advantage.
bra att få upp kanske när träffbilden ändras. För de ville ju
Spela tight på den här
They
då.
get
Får
another
vi
two
försöka
here for a 4-1
uppehåll
lead.
där, men det är också okej.
You might not be able to come back into the game very easily.
Spelar du en 80,
Vad vill du ha för träff?
så tunt som möjligt här.
Då flyger vi av med den här va?
Nej, inte om vi tar jättetunt, då fastnar vi på den.
Men spelstenen. Funkar inte chappen också? Tänkte jag säga det, ser ut som chapp. Tycker också det ser ut som chapp.
Nej, då tar vi den.
Okej. 80 då?
80.
So, I think I'd be tempted to peel the centre guard with this, Richard.
Vänta.
Do you agree?
Nej!
Jobba!
I think they're a bit more sophisticated than that, but we'll see. They're going to come past.
Ja, det är bra, Maria.
Bra där.
They certainly are, and now they will lie two, leaving a couple of stones belonging to Scotland in the back of the house as catchers.
70 var ganska...
Yeah, I think so.
I gave mine a lot, Anna.
Yeah, the only stone that can really hurt them at the moment is that centre guard. So I think probably we're doing better peeling it off.
I gave it a bit.
Clears was 25, so that's nice.
That's a nice little pocket for Scotland if they could come down and just sit in between the two of them.
Interesting coming round that centre guard with this turn.
I didn't give that much, guys.
And the Sloan,
Where?
84% her
Whoa, just wait, like
cumulative
Line on, Lane,
Whoa!
percentage this week.
Whoa! Becky! No, Becky!
It's fine.
No.
We're 7-8. Yep, go.
So I just didn't curl enough, maybe a little bit too much weight.
Bara en bakkant. Eller bara
Course, it's the
dragning är
outturn.
också okej.
Ja, kan man spela en 50 där insida?
Ja,
Det är väl
vad har dragningarna varit?
80.
60 då?
Känns som den lägger liksom och...
The outturn
60, det går ganska rakt här.
hand for Anna Sloan, and she's left-handed. You get sometimes a different run on the stones a little bit. Probably do play slightly straighter.
45!
Christina Bertrup
Ja, det är inte så mycket fart.
just going for the tap on the inside of the Scottish stone and rolling behind to lie three for Sweden. That's the aim here. This one also needing to curl a bit.
Mycket fart det där.
In fact, she's going to catch the high side of it. That's not quite the plan, I don't think.
50. Ja, 45, 50. Hörde du?
No,
45.
this centre guard's going to come back and haunt them, I think, Richard.
Vart det någon hål?
Had a chance to peel it earlier in the end.
Sorry?
Scotland managing to
Yeah, I think
get a
so.
few stones in behind.
I'll
That's
take
exactly what they want.
Yeah, 30. I think they should have been pretty close.
You think?
30's good. Here less.
I think maybe a hair less, Eve.
Okay.
Just because you didn't touch that at all.
Yeah, so even a similar shot, tapping the red back onto the yellow, won't be too bad. But want to keep the shooting stone top of the tee. That's the real key.
Line's good. Line's really good.
Jumped on this one.
It's
Really early.
it's not very heavy, I don't think. Just sweep it all the way.
Great scrub. Super shot.
I just thought they would be able to hold it.
So sweeping the stone all the way, it passes the front guard stone just and lands up right on the top of the button.
Yeah, so thankfully the Swedes have seen sense and they're going to remove this centre guard.
Upp lite.
Oh, do you want to try the raise?
She has,
Bra där. Ja, sådär.
but still leaves Scotland in behind.
Well, one guard is gone, but another one's arrived. The raise was perfect in its direction, but hasn't cleared everything out. So there is a chance here Scotland could get a steal out of this. So Eve Muirhead. Her first stone here in the fourth end. Trailing 2-1, but lying right on the top of the button. And Eve Muirhead shooting 87%. She is the top skip in percentage terms here.
So, what are we doing with this one, Richard? I think this is a little heavy.
Good, that's fine.
Called it.
And she had to be, I think, a little bit short with that in order to try to force the steal of a point. So she throws it too heavy, it passes the shot stone and taps the Swedish one back. So the first stone here in the fourth end for Maria Pritt. 3 stones remaining. 2 for Sweden and 1 for Eve Muirhead. What are the chances of Pritt's making both her stones count here for another 2? Watch this space, Kenny. 86% for Pritt. Just right behind Muirhead. And second spot for the fourth players or skips.
Yeah, this one looking fairly pacey. That does curl enough. Sits in a nice spot.
Yeah. The only thing is we're making it quite easy for her to get a 1.
Yeah, if she does get it thick, it's going back onto the yellow.
I just don't like putting anything in here because if you get the angles wrong, you're leaving them a hit for 3. Quite like double. Well, half stone, they're both away.
Yeah.
Even less than half stone.
Even if you catch the yellow in the centre too thick, it's going back into the other yellow.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that.
that's a shot.
I like that.
I think so.
In turn?
Yeah.
Oh, out turn, sorry.
You want it to bounce up a wee bit?
I think this is a shot of you.
I think so, yeah. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I think probably the right call.
I think so.
Force the one and try and get the hammer back would be a sensible call.
Well, if this is made perfectly, Scotland will be lying 3.
Here less.
Got to move them both. Chip that Swedish stone out of there, so double takeout. It's not the hardest double takeout, but she just catches too much of the stone she's aiming at and doesn't move the one in the middle by very much. It'll be a draw for 2 for Sweden. Needing to curl here.
Never. Never,
Must
never,
curl.
never.
Oh, disaster. Big weight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what the problem was, Richard. Looking at that,
Well,
it looks like it'll just be a straightforward draw for 2. Not at the races so far, Richard.
no, some loose shots from Eve Muirhead in these early ends.
Mycket ser av den här.
Looking at the possibility of coming through the little gap there, tapping that out to get 3 for Sweden.
Okej.
80-85.
That's what they're going to try, I think.
ju 77 på Maggan. Ja,
Det var
lite
själv
stöd,
som-
men inte så mycket. Nej, vi får inte trycka den så långt. Men jag tror att
Don't think there's
vi
much downside to having a go at this. Possibly she just catches her stone on the button and runs to the edge. She'll only get one.
65.
You've got to take your chances when you get them.
Den här måste få gå själv.
Yeah, I think the chance is just about a 2 though, Richard. I think that would be the sensible call.
Den här behöver ju stöd.
Ja!
Nej, vi ligger i.
Well, we've seen some pinpoint accuracy from
Mens får inte vicka utanför
Sweden already in this game. But, oh my goodness. Well, that's a huge let-off for Eve Muirhead. Single point only for Sweden. And I think they got caught between two stools, trying to go for the 3 and ending up chipping and rolling out to lie in the 3rd spot, giving Scotland the 2nd stone there and only picking up a single point. I think Eve Muirhead can count herself very fortunate. So, back here at the Volvo Centre in Riga. 4 ends down, Sweden leading 3 shots to 1. Scotland now have the last stone advantage once more. And I think they need to make something of it. They're not playing at their best so far in this game anyway.
Fighta 4, kom igen nu. Lite till.
Certainly not, Richard. Struggling just with their weight. Can't really get a hold of the ice at all.
Börjar det sätta sig lite nu? Ja, hoppas på. Att det går neråt 70-75. Ja.
And of course we're little less than a year away from the next Winter Olympics, so this is an interesting World Championship, giving some indicators as to which teams are going to be likely candidates for the medals in Sochi, Russia, next February.
Yeah, both these teams are yet to be selected. I think they're both about top of the list at the moment for their respective countries, but yet to be penciled in.
That's right, I think we'll be seeing them in Sochi.
Yeah, I think their performance here this week is probably guaranteed their slot at the Olympics.
Nej, vi kan inte. Bra spelat.
So the corner guard in place for Scotland. Sweden lying one guarded. And now Claire Hamilton with her second stone here. light.
Whoa, leave it here. Okay. It's okay.
And went for a double corner guard, same side. Interesting
Det
call.
känns inte att det gör något nytt att slå in,
Well,
va?
I think she just threw it way short.
Får det gå?
Ja.
Men
Inte
så
sådär
där
mycket
mycket
hårdare.
hårdare.
Ser du?
Känns som det har gått rakt, men det var
Yeah, teams
75.
would get a chance to choose or select the stones going into this, so can't really blame the stones. Maybe the ice conditions have changed ever so slightly, but the ice has been really, really good here this week.
Gärna! Ja, 10! Ja! Linje! Linje! Bakom 10! Ja! Linje! Vi måste köra!
I think you're right. Don't think it's stones or ice. I think it's players.
Fortsätt, fortsätt! Fortsätt Nina, kör, kör,
Långt
kör!
ner! Långt ner! Långt ner!
Bra fart!
Ja, det är bra. Ja, det är bra. 65. Ja, 68.
Then our Strom then.
Okej, Darja?
I'm just thinking that leaves it pretty easy for them. Do you like
Darja?
the long roll?
Either or. There's not bad, or here's nice. Darja or Becky?
Okay.
The players in the down at the end where the shooter's going to be throwing can look up at the big screen, see exactly the lie of the stones. So it's easy to discuss this with the skip at the other end.
Off! Push! Off! Push! Whoa! No! Push! Whoa! 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 Yep! Yep! Whoa! Yes! Yes! Whoa! Yes! Yes!
Nice hit and roll by Vicky Adams, right in behind.
Good.
Great shot there.
I don't think
that.
that's
She
coming.
catch around 3/4 and rolls in behind. What will Sweden do? Will they just run this back? They're relatively close together, Richard.
It's a straight line. She hits the front one on the nose. I think they'll go straight back, one to the other.
Rent! Helt upp! Rent! Ja! Nej!
Pretty close with this.
Great shot. And squeezes one in behind the corner.
Bra spel!
Well, really nice shot from
Vad var den?
Härligt.
Maria Wennerström.
Men Nina hade 40 och
You
hade
can
80.
see she just catches this front one just off the nose, and it connects to leave the Swedes lying 2.
Let's go down a little, maybe.
Line back to 11! Push, please! 11! Whoa! Whoa! Just
12.
Whoa! Let it move! Let it move! Let it move! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa!
So must come round the guard and tap this back. Hope for the roll.
Good
Well
back.
done. Rolls nicely behind that single guard again.
Well looked after. Okay, you saw that one just past well looked after. Good.
Just curling enough to tap and roll in behind.
Jag måste curla.
But the specialist raised takeout maker of the week for me is
Ryck.
Christina Bertrup.
Bra, bra, bra.
These shots seem to provide no challenge for her whatsoever. That one didn't stick around, which was a half shot, I suppose, but
Right down here,
still
around the centre.
the Scottish stone removed from play.
Okay.
Like that.
Around the center.
I'm thinking maybe around the centre, Eve.
Okay. Yeah, half round here's nice.
Yeah, so deciding to go around the centre rather than the corner.
Want, like, the distance.
I think the yellow stone that's just top of the 12 foot is probably the reason they're not going around the corner.
Line.
So Anna Sloan,
What would you catch?
Clear.
Line's out there.
third player for
Hey, line's good now.
Line good.
your head team.
Clear, you're going to need to finish it. Clear. I think as far as you can. I think so. Yeah.
And again, not getting as much curl as some of the other players in the team there. Just holding wider for longer. There's no question that left-handed players do get slightly different lines on their stones.
Yeah, they also slide from the opposite hack as well, Richard, so it's a complete different line.
Rätt fart! Rätt fart! Om du har något, den ligger ganska tjappt. Bra Nina. Bra spel.
So we're not getting the roll either. Christina Bertrup.
Yeah, I think so.
What was that?
I got 09 for yours.
Okay.
Okay.
Moves nice at the end, so if we
Yeah.
can leave it as late as we can.
Your head indicating the hit and roll.
I'm only playing battering weight at this though, Richard. Not playing a lot of weight at all.
Whoa!
Close.
Good!
Whoa, whoa, close.
Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 Vicky, Vicky.
Good throw.
That doesn't quite get the inside roll.
Nice weight.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Med den nu känns det som det viktiga. Inte
Var det
fram
bra?
med grabben.
Jag kan tycka att käppen är lite, om vi kan komma kant till kant
The more
tycker
they
jag det
hit
är bra.
this stone, the further it's getting from.
Det känns som
Ska de göra
att
någonting
Look
där
through
då
area.
kommer de ju... Va?
känns som vikarna ut på kanten är vi
Ja,
ganska
då kommer ju de vikta hit.
They're looking at running the
viktigt att stanna. Våran är
Ja, tycker jag. Då
Yellow
kommer de
back.
ju behöva göra någonting där.
Det är sant.
Eller dra så.
Ja, ja.
No, they're just going to go for
Vill
the
du spela 30 eller 40?
nose hit.
Jag spelar samma som Nina då.
Ja.
40.
Taking quite a lot of
Köp
ice.
eller lite utvik eller vad? Så
Ja.
köp som möjligt.
Så köps.
Det är lite tajt mellan garden eller bort med den känns som det viktiga tycker jag. 40. Så här.
So can Maria Pritt hit and stay
30.
and
Göran!
set up a chance to
Rent!
force Scotland to only taking a single point.
Nej! Håll rent.
30.
Ska jag köra ut eller?
Nej. Låt
Nu
den
är jag på
vara.
rödmaggan
Låt den
bara.
vara.
Säkerhets skull.
Bra.
Fint spel Maria.
Bra spel.
Nicely done.
Härligt. Det är bra.
Just
Härligt, Maria.
edged off slightly to the left, looking at it from the overhead and allowing the chance to hit and roll in behind the guard again.
Stone's gonna be up there.
Chance wasn't really there for a stone or two, but it's back.
I think I quite like that.
Just that stone of Anna Sloane's with
Like then turn
no room
drop.
to roll in behind. She was so
If we
tight
don't-
to the
if we
guard.
don't make that perfect, we can't
Allowed
even blank.
Scotland the
Yeah,
chance
we can go
for
for two, Anna.
Okay.
Edge of it.
a go at the hit, the run in behind, but instead she's electing to draw around on the other hand. Indeed, Muirhead
I like
needs
this.
to find
Let's
her
make
draw
the hit
weight.
go perfect.
Just
The pretty short run she's got as well.
Right there's pretty good.
she's not
Yeah.
Touching
found the
4 foot,
draw
I
weight
think.
very well so far. David Hay looking
Okay.
quite serious on the bench.
We're good, we'll switch. Okay.
So can she get the draw this time?
Line's good, 7. Line's good, just for weight. 7. Line's
Whoa,
good,
whoa.
just wait. Just wait.
Whoa,
Line's real good.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
Line's
Sweeper's
good.
going to have to go a little bit on
Yeah,
this one
finish it,
to try and
finish
get it in behind the guard.
Finish it back.
It's coming now.
Whoa,
Has she got the weight to be
Nice
Good.
right where she wants to be? She certainly has. Top of the 4 foot circle for Eve Muirhead. Nicely played.
Yeah, we got it.
Did come round that guard and will be almost completely hidden.
Stone deep, I would say.
She's got to make it.
So 2 stones are still to be played here in the 5th end. And Maria Wennerstrom. Sorry, Maria Pritt. Her last stone here. Can she get that Scottish stone away from there? And for the raise on the
Certainly
side stone here.
rolled that one over, Richard.
She most certainly can. So Sweden once more lie 2.
Not our most clean delivery, I would say, Richard. But I guess the desired effect.
Certainly had. Great shot once more from Maria Pritt. Hard to combat play like this. So Scotland now forced to take a single point to narrow the score to 3-2. Vital that Muirhead makes this controlled weight takeout. And it sounds as if it's in control here. Most certainly is. Muirhead hits for 1. And with that, chance for the 2 going with Maria Pritz's fantastic raise takeout. Scotland now trailing 3-2 to Sweden at the 5th end break.
Second end, Maria Pritt with a chance to play a nose hit. And she does, and removes both of them from play. And that would set up the opportunity for her last stone to pick up 2. She would see all the red. A score of 2, so 2-0 after the second end in Sweden's favour. Third end, Eve Muirhead facing 4 Swedish stones, needing to hit on the nose, and she would. The score was 2-1 after 3. Fourth end, and you see it, Sweden sitting 1. Maria Pritt trying to tap back for 3, but played too much weight and only picked up the single. So after 5, it's Sweden leading 3-2.
That's the second half order. 1-2, 1-2. Quite simple. Good call last time. That's the ideal thing to do. Don't turn around the guards. You have no other choice because you aren't going to hit them. You can get it anyway. And there's also a good call going for the double takeout coming towards us as well. That was absolutely short. That's what I mean. It's just that wee bit of precision that we're lacking. So once we pick that up, we'll choose past them because everything that says pre-game is right. They are horrible mid-turn and it's like Radisson.
Det var gott om tid så ingen anledning till stress eller oro.
Om vi får eventuellt skjuta något mer där vid linan kan vi väl vara lite pass på om vi behöver lite mjukare. När de är dessutom lite högre, jag vet inte hur sant, det går ju rakt så himla länge, det är så sent när de kommer. Ja, precis där på linan. Det är bara när de är riktigt nära som den hinner komma upp. Skulle den vara lite högre upp, vet tusan om den hinner med liksom. Men du har bra koll, jag tänkte vad det kan överväga det om vi känner
Det låter jävligt tryggt när vi försöker hitta förbättringspunkter till stenarna som vi gör. Det känns jäkligt bra. Ja. Fullt fokus, hårt krig hela vägen in.
Nu tror jag väl lite till.
Bra jobb, Agnes.
So we'll take a look at the stats. Scotland trail 3-2. Both teams probably playing pretty well under the circumstances. 80% for Scotland, 85% for Sweden. And the draw percentage pretty close. Sweden a little more accurate with the hits. And no stolen points yet.
So as we return to the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship 2013, that is the scoreline. 3-2 for Sweden. You're watching this live coverage from the Volvo Sports Centre in Riga. I'm Richard Harding, and joining me tonight is Kenny Edwards. So end number 6 commencing with a guard shot put up to the centre of the sheet by Claire Hamilton. Margareta Sigfridsson shooting 92% in the first 5 ends.
Linjen känns bra. Köla. Nej, ingen på linje heller. När ni kan.
Den är nästan bakom till.
Ja, den ligger vid. Är den bakom så kör vi långt bak.
Precis på, före.
Låter den bara stanna tror jag. Bakom. Nej, den är framför.
Bra Morgan.
Bra.
75.
Ja, 75.
So that one landing right on the tee line. You had indicating the freeze for Claire Hamilton with her second shot.
Yeah, I think it's really important for Scotland to apply a bit of pressure, Richard. They really haven't done that yet so far in this game.
7-8. Just need to stop him.
Just need to be a little bit sharper.
No.
I think that's what Coach Dave Hay would have been saying at the 5th end break.
What'd you get? 25 meters. Good
Good,
Claire.
Claire.
Ta lite mindre bara. Ja, jag tror den kommer curla lite mer om det är rätt fart också. Ja.
85 då. Ja.
Den är inte lång.
Nice shot from Claire Hamilton there. Sigfridsson just following it.
Var med. Bara fart. Curla jättegärna curla.
Nästan ingen dött.
Bara fris, den ligger lite vid sidan.
Jätteliten dött.
Det är pytte.
Kommer inte att studsa något direkt.
Bra, fint Maggan.
Nicely played.
Har samma fart på dem där.
Ja, måste gå lite.
Bättre linje där.
Skip Maggan.
Play from Sigfridsson.
Like that or guard?
Like I was just saying, even if she sits short here,
Even if that, like just
I don't mind guarding.
who lies? High guard.
I think so. What do you think?
So they're just going to guard this one.
Quite like that with this one.
Okay.
Even if I'm top 12. Yeah. We'll go for 30, 35 even. Yeah.
What do you think of that call?
I think he threw the guard. Let Sweden do the difficult job.
Line's close. Where? Line's close. Line's good. Wait, easy. Just freeze on it. Top 4. 5, 6. Well, let's okay. 6. 5. Whoa. Got a
5.
No.
5.
Let it die. It's
5.
good line.
Just good weight.
Never. Let it die. Whoa. No bounce. A shot.
Good.
Good. Well looked after. Good. Jag skulle vilja trycka lite här. Jag vill ta bort centern. Trycka så att våran bakersta försvinner säkert, eller?
That one just a little heavy. You see it? Yeah, so I'm just going to have a look at the angles.
Jag är också med, men då ska vi slå den bara, inte slå den hit ner, utan slå den bort bara.
Well, I think right at this moment, Sweden are like the first shot. It won't matter at the end of the day because somebody's going to happen to dislodge all this, but I think they are first stone right now.
Ja, då kanske vi kan få en insida sen.
Ja. Gå på promenad, ja.
Det är lite så här att de kan slå här och få bort alla våra.
Ja, men det är bra om det sprängs upp lite. Då kan vi gå på sen.
Ja, fast vi ligger ju jävligt bra om vi trycker här också.
Ja, bestäm du. Jag vill ha bort centern. Jag tycker det är okej som du
So if you're Sweden here, I think you just drive that red
De kanske inte slår bort
guard
allt. Vi tar
back
centern, det är
onto
okej.
Det är bara centern de kan på.
Clearing.
the garbage in the house. They're just picking it clean though.
And 85% for Maria Wennerström.
Nej. Ja.
Up to the fifth end,
Rent. Ja. Rent.
just raising it and not succeeding with that.
That was not a good call.
Var den död?
Helt okej.
Fattar ingenting.
Well, it wasn't a good result.
Maria.
No, I think they actually called to run it back.
We lying.
No, we don't.
Sorry?
No, we don't.
I just said do we.
I think we can see the yellow line first shot. Yellowstone of Sweden.
Okay. High guard.
Yeah.
Okay. 55. Yeah, well, your one up there was 50, so I think. I'm not sure I can slide this slow.
You can.
So Vicky Adams
Wait, pretty good. Two.
just trying to guard this up.
Easy. Whoa. Clear.
Yeah, got to be careful though.
Keep it moving.
Whoa. Yep.
Scotland looking to try and force Sweden to take a single point here.
Go. Good.
Good.
Nice shot.
Nice weight. Yeah, that's the
80. Man vill ju verkligen få undan garden.
Ja.
Så vi vickar corner.
Finns en dragning som också är bra.
Sätter ner den.
Ja. 80.
Ja.
Jag tror det går lite rakare här ute.
Ja.
So going for the raise on this yellow Swedish stone.
Nej, Kala.
Kom med.
Kala.
Kom med.
Kala.
Kom med nu.
Nej, Kala.
Needing to curl a bit.
Snyggt. Bra. Bra Maria. Ha det.
Does move things around, change the angles. Have lost 2 yellow stones with that though.
The angles are good for us.
Guard?
Think so.
Think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, left Scotland sitting short now.
Right here.
40.
This hand.
Yeah, what did you
Like
do?
this hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so go for
And
50.
from your head, a single point will do for either team. If they get one, they've made a steal to tie the game to 3-all. And if Sigfridsson gets one, it forces the single onto Sweden and allows Muirhead Glasstone advantage to go for a pair at the next end.
Just for my brushes, easy. We don't
So
want
now
it
she's
too deep. We don't want it too deep.
attempting to guard this up and prevent
Dead level with it.
I think so.
Sweden from certainly from getting more than 1 point if they're going to get any. Going for the steal here, Scotland. The open side is still there to draw round to the button down the left-hand side as we look at it on the overhead picture.
Förlåt.
Går det ju dubbelstå på garderna.
So Sweden can still draw down
Den är för tight.
later in the end if they have to. And Sigfridsson sensing that this is not going their way at the moment. Going for the clearance of the front stones this time.
Ta bara centern då.
det finns ett hål. Men jag tror att vi kommer ta den då.
Things at a standstill at the other end. Not quite so sure about this. I think they're looking at the possibility of coming between these guards. Just tapping yellow across.
It's very tight, Richard. I don't think it's there.
Okej.
I think if you're going to go through the hole, you've got to go at big weight.
Spela en... andra handen, va?
Jag tänkte in här. Tänkte ni allt?
Men hur ska vi kunna träffa? Det här blir bra.
Det känns som man curlar förbi då. Nej, det tror jag
Spela en...
inte. Sånt hål är det inte.
Spela en clearing. Nej! Nej!
So, looking for the gap.
Ja, ja, kör!
Oh.
Bra så.
Nearly got a little bit lucky.
Bra, Nina.
Certainly ended up being a pretty good clearance of the stones there.
Yeah, Scotland will just look to throw another guard.
Line's good.
Right here.
It's a similar position to her first, Anna Sloan for Scotland.
Line only, wait.
Line's really good. Where?
Okay, that's fine.
Whoa.
Right, Vicky, get ready.
Whoa.
We're a little bit deeper, Eve.
Whoa.
We're quite a bit deeper, actually. No, never. Good, you're good. Nice shot. Good, Anna. Perfect.
Covers the right side though.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Sweden just trying to peel the guards off to make it a lot easier to get into this bundle of stones in the forefoot.
Yeah! Oh! Hey!
Not far away, but they're sweepings on, the sweepings off.
Okay. Right.
Well, certainly cleared the guards out by putting one of them into the house.
I like exactly one.
Yeah, done enough, I think.
As long as we don't leave them seeing this, it's this we need to guard.
Yeah, I know. It's right here.
At the moment.
Right here, guys.
Yep.
I think you need to put this quite tight. What Sweden could then do is drive the red onto the yellow and remove 2 reds from play and sit shot in behind the guard that
Okay,
Eve
so yellow
Muirhead
needs to
is
guard.
going to play. So I would keep this quite tight to the house
40s? Okay.
in case they need to run it back at some stage.
So Eve Muirhead playing 81% tonight.
Where?
It's nice. 3.
Line's
Line's
good.
good.
Whoa.
Line only. Line's good.
Whoa, whoa.
Line feel good.
Line's really good. Vicky.
Wait, it's time. We're 2, 3. Vicky, get
Close.
ready.
Get ready, get ready, Vicky.
Yeah.
Yep. Hard! Hard! Whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
Good, Eve. Good job. Good job.
Well, that one placed satisfactorily for Scotland. The first
Go, Ben. Yeah.
real end where the Scots have dictated the play a bit better.
Jag måste nästan göra den där.
Precis vad vi tittar på. Det är bra.
Få upp en sida.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to go for, Richard. The shot nominated earlier on. They'll try and drive the red that's just the top of the 12 foot on the centre line, drive it back onto the yellow, try and spill both
Jag hade så himla lite is,
the
men det är
yellow
bra.
onto the red. It would stay, and both reds would go out.
And Pritz's accuracy
Ja, nej!
has been
Ja, nej!
really good tonight, 89%.
Bra spel.
Alltså.
Well,
Bra spel. Härligt.
Does make the shot, but just probably caught too much of the yellow. Pushed it out into the open.
And Muirhead just going to remove it, and I would think hope to roll in behind to lie closer to the button and force Pritz into making a tight draw to as little space as possible. Maria Pritz hasn't had many draws in this game I can recall, so perhaps she'll find the ice just a little bit unfamiliar.
Okay.
Well, again, the chance to tighten things up by rolling in towards the button. A missed opportunity for Eve Muirhead.
And are you surprised by this call, Richard, playing the draw against two rather than the hit and check-in?
No, but you are.
A little bit, and like you say, I don't think she's had a draw yet.
Her draw has been exceptionally good, but I don't remember one in this game. But she has to draw fully into the white for her single point. And they're going to have to sweep this. It's certainly not too heavy, that's for sure. All four sweepers on this one, bringing it as far as they can. Has to be fully in the white. Well, desperate sweeping. She makes it by a few centimetres. Gets her single point. And goes 4-2 ahead after 6 ends in this battle between Scotland and Sweden. Here we see that once more, the desperate sweeping of Sweden to bring that stone in. Did a good job of that. Single point for them at the 6th end to go ahead 4-2. Probably reasonably advantageous for Muirhead, who now has the last stone advantage and a chance perhaps to score 2 to get right back into the game.
There we see some of the German front end enjoying some of the musical half-time 5th end break music.
At the 6th end.
6th end, yes.
So Margareta Sigfridsson starting in number 7.
Försiktigt tjejer. Bra fart. Ja. Bajta 4 max. Bra fart. Bajta 4, det räcker. Ja, räcker. Bra Magan. Bra. Ja, den var.
And Sweden quite happy to see play in the house now. 2 ahead. Muirhead has to establish some corner guards to get behind. Try to get 2 back.
Good.
Good.
Good job. Är det där samma is som förra?
Ja.
Ja.
So the guard not very far out to the wing.
Yeah, but far enough, Richard. Just needs to be off the centre line, really. A couple of feet, all you need.
Bra fart, nära.
Bajta
ligger
linan
bra.
bara.
Kör vi nära in. Nära bajt.
Nej, hak på nära.
Tycker vi nära bajt. Hake.
Om ni kan.
Kan vi dra den? Nej, den är nära.
Jag tycker det är risk.
Ganska bra fart. Den är
Kan vi
nog-
dra den?
Den sitter nära risk.
Allt ni kan. Kör nu. Kör. Kör tjejen.
Bra. Kan inte gå på den när vi ser. Nej, bra. Där går den inte. Nej. Bra spelat. Bra där. Fint.
Perfect line from Margareta Sigfridsson.
So, Claire Hamilton for Scotland. Just trying to rest up against the yellow that's already in the forefoot. This is a great shot. Right down. Maybe just over curls a couple inches, but pretty satisfied with that.
So another look at this, passing the guard by next to nothing. Plenty curl on that stone, and it just draws a little bit too far at the end.
Ja, gärna är ganska djupt. 80, 75. Ja, 75 80. Ingen vett vill vi ha.
Maria Wennerström,
Vart är vi?
second for Sweden.
Ser längre ut.
Nej, frys.
Den ser
Nej,
längre
den
ut.
är längre. Ja.
Den är längre.
Bak 4. Bak 4.
Ja.
Just following it in.
Nej.
Bak 8 nästan. Ja,
This one wider and heavier. Not so good.
65. Ja, 63.
Maybe the mistake that Scotland were just waiting for.
Ja.
The only thing is,
Can they capitalise on it?
Back on right to
I think they'll be the happier of the two benches. The Swedish support staff there.
35.
David Hay still writing his essay. I think he's probably doing percentages on the game himself. Certainly forces you to study the game carefully. You do your own statistics.
Whoa. Line you good.
6.
Only if you have to.
Whoa.
Line's perfect. Clear. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Gotta go in.
Hard, Ben. He's going to be here. Hard. He's going to be past it.
Well,
Okay.
Not bad.
That one just pulled up fairly quickly. Richard.
Svårt att få ut den där. Bra, eller? Svårt att få ut den där stenen. Ja.
so Sweden lying
Bara lite utsida. Bara lite utsida. Vilket som. Vilken
first shot here at the moment.
Eller så chapp är väl också ganska bra.
Ja, spela en clearing här då. Det blir bra.
Det du tycker ser bäst ut där uppe? Jag tycker det känns
Ja,
bra.
jag tycker vilket som är bra.
Ja, kör den
Spela
sidan.
dubbeln du.
Japp.
Halv.
Nej.
Good shot would be just to try and drive the red onto the other red, try and remove both of them, roll your shooter in behind the corner.
Wennerström then, her second stone here in the 7th end.
There we go. Takes both reds away.
That was a great shot from Wennerström.
Bra, Maria. Bra.
Hits the first onto the second, both of them go out. Her shooter also goes out, but clearing the Scottish stones out of play there. So back to square one for Vicky Adams with her second stone.
Gotta go. Yep. 4, 4, 3.
Wow.
Go. Okay, good effort, Vic. Well spent.
That's not an ideal result for Scotland there.
No.
Pitty. Ja, bra.
Just struggling a little bit for weight control, Richard. I think that's not line, I think it's weight that's the difference here in this game so far.
Now the chance for Bertrup to hit and roll behind the guard. Big weight. She hits and rolls. It's going to come out from behind the guard, but still Sweden will lie 3 here. They lead 4 shots to 2.
What do you think about going round there?
Yeah?
Even if we show half?
Yeah? Don't mind it. Yeah,
Do you like that?
I quite like that. Yeah.
If it is coming too much, maybe sweep it right onto it. Like, so it doesn't give them just a straight run back.
30's good.
Some of the teams in watching this page 1-2 game.
Give that a bit, guys. Just watch it.
And a slow now.
Line's good.
7. Line only. Line only. 7. Yeah.
Third player for Scotland.
5. 7.
Yeah.
Just saying she put a little bit of weight onto it. Good shot from her.
Yeah, great result.
Tee high, as we say.
This one just coming past it really tight.
Well, I certainly didn't want to be lifting the brushes on that. Otherwise, it would potentially have tapped that guard. But as it turns out, it's round behind. Actually, you can see it out the other side a little bit. There's a straight road to send it out the house for Maria Bertrup. She's been really accurate on these kind of shots. Just to scrape past this guard to make it. Well, it does. And I certainly haven't seen her missing many shots like that throughout this week.
She really is a great player. Great support for Maria Pritz.
So once more, Sloane, who we thought had just about played the perfect stone the last time. She needs to go round behind this guard, probably pass it by a little bit more so that it is fully behind the guard when it comes to stop. I like the line better, but you're going to have to sweep it hard to get it far enough in to be of any use to them. Oh no, that's a really poor shot at this stage of proceedings.
I thought that would have been alright.
Yep.
Short against 3 is no use at all, I'm afraid.
Yeah, a mistake there. And if Sweden get round into the top of the 4 foot, Scotland would be struggling to even score in this end.
Scotland then trailing Sweden 4 shots to 2. They do have last stone advantage, but right now Sweden are lying 3. There's a chance to block the way in here. on the left-hand side as we look at that.
Var med på linjen gärna. Ja!
8. Hjälp! Hjälp!
Hårt! Hårt! Hårt, kör nu!
All three supers in at this one, trying to get it past. Need to get past this top guard.
And they will. Round it comes to lie fully in the white 8-foot circle. And that error by Anna Sloan really causing trouble for Scotland now. This stone curling at the end past that guard. And round it goes, fully into the 8-foot circle. Sweden now lying 4.
Yeah, Scotland still got a chance to come around on the out turn. They should know the line and the weight for this one.
Going to have to pass the guard on the right there by not very much at all in order to get past the next one. And the familiar face of Rona Martin in the middle there. She was, of course, the British winning skip at the Salt Lake Olympic Games in 2002.
Nice.
This one needs to curl a long way.
Hard, Vicky, hard!
Quite pacey.
Keep going!
Well, another mistake from Scotland.
Horrible track up there. Yeah. Nice weight. Absolutely.
Den här är väl lite lättare, va?
Bajta knappen är jättebra.
Din 63.
4 är
så bra som
också
möjligt
jättebra.
Ja. Tror att det är lite lättare här.
Ja, jag tror att jag kan spela kanske
Things looking ominous for Scotland now. Maria Pritz with a chance to block that gap. I don't even think he should be putting this one in. Richard, would you be just putting this short of the house?
I think the best spot is just fully in the front blue, so that even if Eve Muirhead hit it, she's only going to reduce the numbers for Sweden. Sweden a chance here to lie 5. And it just shows how costly a mistake like the one by Anna Sloan has been. Just wants to stop fully in the blue here. Well, that's a nice shot, but I think the chance to inflict really horrible damage on Scotland has been reduced with that stone coming right into there. Eve Muirhead can come right in, follow that one right in, and just perhaps tap it back a foot or two and lie first shot. Don't think she'll be able to see. She'll probably see about half of it from the hack.
It's hardly there. You've got a touch button.
I'm just thinking, you know how mine came? Yeah. I was just
So
thinking
it's a key point in the game, Richard.
have a look at it.
Sweden do lie 5 here, and they lead 4 shots to 2.
I think that's there. We tap. You have to tap it. Oh, you have to tap it.
Yeah, we tap it to there, yeah.
Once you come in a bit,
Given the
move. So
complications here, it wouldn't be all that bad for Scotland to escape by only losing 1 shot here.
Yeah, looking at that, Richard, I think the tap is there. Just at back 8-foot weight, nudge it through and hold your shooter to score the single point.
I think so, but it's not the kind of shot you like to be left at this stage.
should curl in this line, like inside that line. Yep.
So all Muirhead's practice and effort
10.
over the last 2 or 3 years, being put to the test with this shot here in the 7th end of play. She's certainly got plenty of weight, so she better get the right line here. Weight looks good, it's all on the line. Needs to curl.
Clean it, clean it, clean it. Good.
Very nicely played by Eve Muirhead. Crucial stone from her in the 7th end for a single point for Scotland to keep them in this game. And the score now 4-3 for Sweden.
We see the final stone just pushing the yellow through, and the red one just hanging on to the 4 foot for the single point and the score.
Ingen fara.
Bra fart. Vänta på den. Bra fart.
Den här är ganska
Känns
lång.
lång.
Tycker den är bra?
Nej, den är
Linjen är jättefin.
minst 10.
Långt
Drar den långt eller?
Långt bak.
And so Sweden trying to come around the centre guard.
Lite längre. Hårt Nina, hårt, hårt, hårt. Bra bedömt.
Tänk så.
This 8th end is an end that a lot of teams like to score in.
Okay. Set 3.
So I do expect to see quite a few stones in play.
So Sigfridsson against Hamilton. 100% on our hits, but I don't recall very many hits for Sigfridsson. One maybe. Just a little in front of the Scottish lead.
Good.
So, not great setup play, but does leave them short of the house.
Ja. Nej, bara fart. Bara fart. Rent. Om ni måste bara. Ja.
Den här är 8.
Kala.
So just trying to come round.
Dra den då.
Om ni kan, Nina. Om ni kan.
8. Om ni kan.
Om ni
Inte så
kan.
långt va?
Jättegärna.
Hon är nästan 10 nu. På
Ja, det är
linjen.
okej. Ja.
Bra Maggan, fin fart det där.
Well, pretty good there.
want to go for the dead freeze and sweep for the line?
So
So go for
certainly not hidden. Every chance to tap it back into the back of the house somewhere for Vicky Adams.
Just beyond the hog line. Cheers.
Take your time.
Just a scrape along the ice. Shouldn't have any effect on this. So, Vicky Adams just trying to tap this back. Catches the guard. Just too many unforced errors from Scotland in this game.
Yeah, that guard wasn't really in play. You should have been passing the guard with about 2 feet to spare. Must have been way offline.
Okay, Vicky.
So a poor shot there, and now big wet takeout or clearance by Wennerstrom, trying to clear both the guards. Oh my goodness. Well, one of them just should really up the weight, and with that she almost missed it.
We're going for the double leave.
No, we're going for the hit and roll. Barrier.
Okay.
Think the hit and roll, yeah? Yeah, like this. Barrier.
And the two second players, Wennerstrom at 76 and Adams at 80.
Oh! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa!
Double leave, double.
Yeah! Whoa! 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 Yeah!
Good.
And makes up for her earlier mistake by removing both the yellows.
Well judged by Muirhead to get that double. Brushes up, the brushes down, just bumps the first one onto half of the second one, and they both ran out of the house.
It's close to moving, but
Yeah.
So Scotland now lie 2. But for them, they've got to make use of that centre guard and get the play right in and around the button to try to get a steal of a point here. Wennerstrom trying to get the hit and roll off this stone. Which she does, and nicely played, rolling out to the wing. Scotland still lying first shot, just the chance now to come round this centre guard.
Right, okay, what are we thinking?
25? 25 was nice down here before for you.
Watch it, I gave it a bit, I gave it a bit.
5! Yeah, 5! 4!
Make sure!
So need to make sure they're past the guard with this one. Can't afford to catch the guard.
And actually can't afford even to come too close to it, or it won't be right round behind it. It'll come out the other side, so this looks a pretty good line. Yep. Quite a nice shot. I think it's possible to come and tap it through. That's the trouble when the guards are just a little bit too short of the house, like the one in the front.
Spelar du 40?
So, Christina Bertrup just being asked to come past this short stone of Scotland and tap the short stone out. This one's curling a lot. She passed it. No, she's not. Mistake from Christina Bertrup. Not too many of them. So Scotland a little fortunate with that. And now a chance to re-establish the guard.
I know. What if we go side by side?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Dead level.
So,
What do you think of that call?
We'll wait and see. I think you're going to have to go with the guard here, Richard. Quite long.
And the low percentage for Bertrup in the draws is, I think, because she's only had perhaps one draw.
Keep on it.
Line's good.
Yeah. Line's good. Tighter.
Line's really good.
Keep on it. Yeah.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Whoa. Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Curling
Go,
now.
go, go. Hard. Whoa.
Good, Anna. Nice shot.
Well, I think it's over-curled a little bit. There's a chance to come past it for sure and tap the stone off the button or off the 4-foot circle.
Spela garderna.
Långt.
Änderna så kan vi ta, spela gluggen och ta den där annars.
Ja, tycker jag är bra. Samma fart eller?
Ja, eller 30 kanske. Ja, precis.
Jag vill liksom
Bertrup's
nästan köra
second
här.
stone here
Försöker vi spela bort
in the
garderna.
8th end.
Är det okej att testa hålet? Ja.
Testa hålet. Men med lite fart.
Vilken fart vill du ha?
40. Ner is då. Tror du det på den här handen?
Ja, det tror jag. På 40 i alla fall. 40 känns.
Ja! 30! 30! Nej! Nej! Ja! Nej! Ja!
And just doesn't make it through the gap, Richard.
Well, it was a really tight gap.
If we could get one round there.
I don't think Scotland need another one in. I think you just need to throw
Yeah.
something up just tight to the house.
Even if we...
I gave Claire that.
Short and right in on top of it, or on top 8.
That's right.
Top 8, I think. I think I quite like touching 8 foot, because if we don't, she's got the intern tap, doesn't she? Yes. But we only just shove it. Top 8? Yeah. Okay. It's looking good to go frozen right on the nose of it. Well, yeah, that's not bad actually, if it's like...
So
But play for top 8 and we can sweep it there. Oh, that's too much height.
Red's aiming to
I think that's a lot.
send this stone too.
Not too
And
much.
she's
though.
trailing Maria Pritz by
I think about
12%, 13% tonight. Pritz still on 100% with her hits. So Muirhead's struggling a bit with her draw weight. Top of the 8-foot circle. This is where this is supposed to end up.
I think leave it.
I think they need it for weight anyway. Not sure about the line, but it's not going to be on the top 8-foot as they sweep it pretty vigorously.
They need to go really hard to get this one in.
Är du Ben?
Heap more pressure on Maria Pritz as she goes down the ice to play her first stone here in the 8th end.
Ska du spela typ en 70? Ja, inte stenhårt.
70. Ja, bra fram. Bort med dem.
Big weight. She's been extremely accurate tonight. Just trying to raise this one onto the other one. I think it needs to curl a little bit to make the connection. Yes, it does. Just missing the Scottish stone on the top of the button. Top of the 4-foot circle. So Maria Pritz not far away with that, but whistled past the shot stone, and Muirhead now has a chance to close the door a bit on this.
25 and 30 there, so if you're on the 25 side.
Watch they don't slip too far though, Richard, because they might even leave a slash double stoke triple. So they've got to.
Scotland do lie first and second shot, fortunately. I think the triple might be difficult, but she certainly could leave a double if she's not careful.
It's better this time. 6, 7, we're 7. Line's good, line's good. We're 7. Line's good. 7.
Whoa, never line, never line.
Line's close.
No, 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 no.
Line's close.
Bigger weight.
Clean. Come off the top line.
Yeah. Hard! Hard! Hard!
Great call
That's fine.
by third Anna Sloan to try and go for the little thin edge off the top yellow, just over curled.
Just hoping to edge off that into the front of the red stone. Instead it just goes past and ends up on the back of the 1 foot circle. Pritz can follow this, but if she touches the red stone at the front, Scotland will steal a point here. So it's a very tight line to get through between that yellow stone at the front and the red stone on the top of the 4 foot circle. Unless you're going at speed. If you go at speed, you'll spill your own shooter out of play as well. So either way, Muirhead has made this a difficult shot for Maria Pritz.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to come down and hold your shooter as well. That last draw just curled really, really hard.
And it only just passed the yellow stone on that top of that blue 12 foot circle. So a little more pace and it will pass, but it may just roll too far. So Scotland once or twice looked almost out of the game in this particular match, but now could be tied at 4-all after this.
So final stone of the 8th end, Maria Pritz trying to just push the red back for a single point. How's this looking? Oh, Richard.
Well, critical mistake from Pritz and somewhat against the run of play. Scotland steal 2 to go 5-4 ahead. Well, we saw on the line that Eve Muirhead took there that it took a long time before it started to draw, and I think it caught Maria Pritz out with her last shot there. She needed to play a little bit more weight than Muirhead, and it just didn't curl. So 5-4 it is for Scotland. At no time have they led in this game, and suddenly the steal of 2 points gives them a 5-4 advantage.
context.
Good, Claire. Good.
Perfect.
That's it. Good job.
So the short guard
Pass på linje.
put up by Scotland.
Bara kolla.
And I really think they would like it as close to the house as possible.
Yeah, big change there in the 8th end. Scotland really getting the stone placement perfect throughout the end and forcing Maria Pritz into a mistake.
Just throw T, Claire.
Scotland lead for the first time
Do you want to be right back or just
this game.
And it has been something of a doer battle.
Yes. Both teams are maybe just not trying to lose this game rather as going in and trying to win it.
Well, I don't know, just a few mistakes here and there, and in the last end or two the Swedes have started to make one or two mistakes as well. Margareta Sigfridsson, her stone right in the back. 12 foot again. Scotland this time following it down to freeze against it. Maria Pritz indicating to go behind the guard with the second shot of Sigfridsson's.
Den ända emot, ända ner.
Ja, ta den ända ner då. Kala. Linjen är bra för det.
Ja, borde vara
Kala helst.
ända ner.
Kala.
Ända ner. Lite dött.
Bra linje.
Ända ner, lite dött.
Bara Kala.
Dött.
Så mycket det går.
Trycker nästan ut. Bra, bra.
Ja, sorry.
Ja, sådär. Bra, Magan.
And Stefan Ruttlesberger from Bern Curling Club in Switzerland is the chief ice maker here,
Heads up, think you're okay.
studying the temperatures, keeping an eye on the conditions. Certainly no problem with humidity here, it's dry as a board.
4, 8, 9.
Coming now.
4, can't go. Can't go.
All through this championship the weather's been cold outside. I'm not sure if it's ever been above zero for the last 10 days here in Riga.
Fyra.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't been the warmest place I've been, Richard.
85 tror jag faktiskt. 80, ja.
But the sun has shone every day. So the play here now in the back of the house.
Kala. Ganska okej linje.
Sigfridsson too heavy with her draws.
Den är nästan ner mot den här då.
Gärna dra.
Den är ner.
Den är lång.
Jättegärna dra. Inte riktigt där. Jo, där är den.
And only this end and one
Ledsen.
more to go here.
Bra skött. 75.
Potentially, Richard, it might go to an extra end. Never know.
Could do.
Line's better.
We're going to need to go, Eve.
Get hard. He's going to be here.
We're not.
So Vicky Adams just trying to freeze this group of stones that's back of the forefoot.
Well,
Okay.
short with that one.
Sorry. All right. Finns ingen bra sätt att öppna ner det där på något sätt. Eller den.
Vi går ihop oss.
Vad gör de om vi öppnar?
Vi har gott om tid. Ska vi gå upp?
Jag är nog inte så förtjust i den där egentligen. Så fryser de väl bara igen. Ja. Vad gör de om vi slår den här? Då gaddar de igen, va? Ja. Och vart ska de gadda då?
Sätter ner, va?
Smäller ner den där, tror jag. Fast båda
Kan vi
ligger
inte
kvar
frysa
då?
den här på? Inte båda.
Jag tycker vi ska ta bort kvar den. Jag tycker nog också det.
Alternativet är
Discussion
här
going on
då.
as to what to do here.
Då trycker de ju bara in den.
Ja, men om vi lägger upp den då?
Serious
Så att vi kan sätta ner den.
look on Sigfridson's face.
Om vi tar bort kvar den. Fast det blir svårt att lägga den två kanske. Ja, vi vill ju inte att de ska kunna ta en.
Jag kan tänka mig att spara den timeouten också. Ska vi ta garden då? Vi har ju trots allt sista sten. Vi behöver väl få upp det.
Vi behöver åtminstone kunna ta ett. Då spelar vi bort den här. Inte stänger in helt och hållet, eller? Det är bra.
Öppnar vi för deras liksom.
So
Eller gör de bara en frysning till då? Ja, eller skjuter ner och smäller bort.
second stone here of Maria Wennerström.
Om de smäller ner känns det inte som någon större fara. Så att vi kommer börja slå.
Coaches have a bird's eye view of this.
Försiktigt!
They're
Ja!
decided to
Hårt! Ligger bra! Ligger bra, kom igen!
clear off this front guard.
Bra. Bra, Maria.
Sweden, and trying to make something of the game, have left front stones a few times throughout this.
Right in the button.
Sorry?
Right in the button.
25.
Yeah.
Anna Sloan then, third player for Scotland, her first stone here in the ninth end of play.
You see this one really curling hard. Catches the top red, rolls down onto the button.
Vill du gå den handen? Ja, helst avigt. Det känns avigt, ja.
Sweden of the last stone.
30 så eller något. Ja, då gör vi det. Känns det okej? Det tycker jag.
Sweden can just catch this on the nose. Could end up sitting 3 or 4 at the back. That would have been a great spot. So playing a controlled takeout on this, trying to push it through.
Oh. Now line 2.
How much, Eve?
How will we see?
I think Scotland are a little bit fortunate with the angles here, but I think the yellow on the back of the red circle there will be locked at the end of this.
Yeah, I think so, Richard. They need to change the angles though, they're not looking great at the moment.
She mustn't catch the front guard, whatever she does.
Nicely done though. Moves everything around, makes a few of the yellows go away.
Sorry?
So
No, I know.
catches the side of it, but as I said, the yellow one there, the second yellow, sticks. There's no way for it going out of the house.
Spelar du 20?
So Sweden lying first shot still.
Förra var 10. Ja. 20 då. Ja.
With backstones to catch it if it's heading out of the house. Here, Christina Bertrup.
Kom igen. Ja!
Going for the take out and roll on the front stone of Scotland
30, 35 ja.
Ja, Wennerström är med då.
to try and spread the two around. Well, it's a mistake, especially if it goes out. Well,
Just hangs on at the back.
no, that was a bad one from Bertrup. She had to hit that out and roll across as far away as possible from the other stone to lie two.
Do you like that?
As it is, Scotland have a chance to remove this stone.
If we do this, right? Right there is a triple.
Like that? Yeah. So that we freeze. No, I don't mind just...
I think so.
She makes a double actually.
Then she
So
makes
we
the
blast in the
double.
open one, Richard, here.
Doesn't seem.
Even just to there's okay. Just buy it. Remember, quite a few notes.
Oh, the one on the right hand side.
Yep. Because generally you're going to expect to get an easy shot at the double with your next, because Pritz would nose hit that, and it's a relatively easy double in the.
Like this. Yeah.
I don't like that shot particularly, but I think if she can take this one away and clear one of her stones out the back with it,
Take your time.
that might be the best result here. So controlled takeout from Muirhead. The call eventually was to take it out and roll across to lie three. She must not lock it onto the back stone of Scotland's though, of her own. Well, that's not too bad. Does leave a double though.
That's fine, Eve. Just move it down. Ja, precis. Vad vill du spela för fart? Vill du spela en 80? Skulle du vilja klappa på?
3 stones to
Skulle du
go
vilja klappa på den?
in the ninth end here.
Himla mycket att vicka på bara.
Scotland lying 2 at the moment.
Det känns som det är
That
jättelite utsida jag behöver ha.
biter stone at the back could yet count. A second shot for Sweden in this end.
70 då?
Give them a 6-5 lead going down the last if they can pick up their 2 here. All to play for.
70. 2/3
So 5-4. Scotland leading.
Kort väg ut så. Bra tatt.
So Pritz.
Nej! Inte något.
Looking for the double. Fairly quiet, Richard.
Well, she certainly wants to keep her shooter in play, and she doesn't. So with that roll out, the most, and if Eve Muirhead can remove this stone now, the most Sweden are going to get here is 1, but more likely they will attempt just to blank the end and go down the last one behind, but having the last stone advantage.
Control? Yeah.
Siegfriedsen, Prince.
Clean.
Now Muirhead,
Yep.
she would like to hit and stick with this. Force Prince to play a takeout.
Clean, yep. Clean. Clean. Good Eve.
Good job.
She does.
Good Eve.
Good shot from Eve Muirhead.
Good job. Yeah.
23-year-old skip from Dunkeld in Scotland. And also a very good golfer.
Among other things, good at playing the pipes. I think good at anything she turns her hand to, Richard.
Yes, she's lucky. So Maria Pritz then going for the hit and run to blank the end. And this looks successful. It certainly is. And the score will remain at 5 shots to 4 for Scotland. Going down the last regulation end here in the 1-2 playoff.
So into the 10th end here at the Volvo Sports Centre in Riga, Latvia. We're here for the Titlis Glacier Mountain Women's World Curling Championships 2013.
Good, Claire.
Sweden trail 5-4 in this 10th end.
So the corner guard from Margareta Sigfridsson.
Ja, jättelätt. 92, 93.
Good, Claire.
Good.
Good. 80? Eller ja. 85.
Det känns lite mycket.
80 bra. Ja.
So Sweden trying to make 2 here in the 10th.
Inte långt.
Precis, fin fart. Gärna.
Kör då.
Bra fart, gärna.
Bra linje. Bra linje, kör! Vad sa du?
That one just over curling and crashes into the red. And interesting call.
Like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to
As long.
just guard up.
What else do you think?
I'm just thinking, as long as we don't leave the angle on the yellow.
Yeah, well, you kind of cover everything.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Just centre line then.
not going to peel the corner.
I think so. That we move the yellow.
Either or, Eve, I don't mind guarding.
Yeah, I like guard. I think so. Yeah, me too.
Okay, going to go the
Right in the centre line, Vicky.
unconventional route, I think, Richard. That would be. They think they're in a good position, good spot. Protect what they've got.
Okay, just halfway.
Well, I think it's quite high risk doing that.
No line. Looks what?
As early as this in the end, anyway.
Line needs to move. Looks what? 3. No.
And this is the very same line that
Yep, there,
seemed
go,
to
go,
hold
go.
a bit straight for both Eve Muirhead and Pritz the last time they came down here in the 8th end. Eve Muirhead escaped, passing the guard by next to nothing, and Pritz got caught on it, yielding the 2-point steal for Scotland.
Ja. Går det att spela så eller? Ja. Vilken träff vill du ha?
Lite tjock halv.
Maria Winnerstrom for Sweden, trying to peel the guards off and roll as a corner to the other side.
Okay.
That only manages to get a single.
För Maria. Ja då.
I'll give you a hair less. Yeah, it's okay just to move. Same weight's okay, I think. Weight's perfect. Right. That's less. Line's a little tight. Claire, here with my brush. Claire, wait. Oh, line side. Keep it moving. Right with my brushes. Yep, you're good. Hard. Line's good, Claire.
Go, 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 Claire.
Hard, Claire. Hard.
So again, Scotland to
Yep.
just deciding to throw the guard.
Good. Well looked after.
Good. Well called, Evan.
Well looked after.
I think that needs to be a little further up, Richard, for me.
Jag tycker den ser fin ut.
Den?
Ja.
Well looked after.
Yeah, well done.
Över då.
Top button.
First stone of the third players coming up for Anna Sloan. Top button, she said. So just wants to come right round these guards and lie right on top of the button.
I did give that a bit at the end. You might need to go.
Nice. 7. Looks what? Line
Whoa,
speed.
heads up, heads up.
7. Weight's nice.
Whoa.
Line only. 7. 8.
Whoa.
8, 9.
Mine's, whoa.
Line only.
That's plenty of weight, I think.
Mine's good.
Line's pretty heavy, Richard. This is going to be right back there.
That's not
Okay.
what they want. Had to be on the front side of the tee line, really. Bad shot.
Does get cover in behind though. So
99 hade jag på hennes.
how costly will the tactics employed by Scotland be here in this 10th end?
Well, I think with that stone coming beyond the tee line, it gives great chance for Sweden to pick up 2 to win the game, but we will see.
Elda ner. Ja, helst stanna innan.
Nej, det är
Nej,
dött.
men helst bara.
Pritz är med då. Ja, den är bara precis. Ja, si. Bra. Bra Nina.
There they lie, just behind the button, but might be a little opportunity for Anna Sloan to retrieve the position here, because if she can freeze that right on the button, that would make it very, very difficult for Sweden to get more than 1.
Okay, line's good. Right in the center.
6.
Well, weight looks fairly heavy at the moment, Richard.
Right on, guys, right on.
Similar to the last one, I think. To be up there anyway.
Whoa!
Needs to swing a little.
Yep. Does come down, rests against the yellow.
And I don't think that much can be seen from the other end. Just swinging at the end there and bumping the yellow back. Nice first shot.
Det är ganska långt in på sten.
Bra kant får den trilla tillbaka lite faktiskt.
Även här.
Christina Bertrup. First second stone here.
Ja! Stenhårt!
This one really curling hard. Oh. Not what they asked for, but not a bad result, really.
No, 2 guards removed. Fairly good, but that one right out in front still, and actually covering a really important spot for Scotland down that line, I think. So big chance now to lock this up.
We don't want to be too close. Higher, higher.
There.
Yeah.
Well, we know where it's supposed to go, so we just have to
We don't want to be too
That
close.
goodie.
wait and see if it does go there.
Huh?
Is that good?
Yep.
And we're down to the
Kind of halfway.
skip stones here in the 10th end. Scotland lying 1 right on the button.
Was when you were guarding before.
And a well-placed guard here will certainly help matters for them.
Okay, line's a little tight. Line's a little tight.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Line's good.
I think over and up.
Line's good.
Whoa. Whoa.
Line's good.
Whoa.
Clean him.
Whoa.
Just need to watch this stone doesn't curl too far. They're just passing the guard by next to nothing. That's what it's going to do.
Okay, you've that picked.
That needed to be a foot to the right or more. Over curled and ended up
Okay.
a little bit too short. Just swung at the end there.
Maybe just grabbed something, a bit of debris or something like that. They're saying it picked.
Well, they weren't sweeping it for the line early on, so that indicated that the line seemed to be quite good at that stage.
Hur känner du för 50? Ja, lös.
Helt okej att få touch på gul också. Liksom.
Ja, precis. Nästan stanna kvar. 60 okej. 60, flytta den. 60.
Funderade på att få rörelse i det med 20.
Nu måste du få träff.
Absolut.
So I think
Absolut, ganska höga
it's
garder.
definitely possible to come past these guards and tap the red stone back. Sweden could lie 2, and if they tap it back by catching 3 or by touching 3/4 of the stone back, then they could lie 2 with backing for both the Swedish counters. Certainly plenty of weight. Not short of weight with this.
Yeah, she's throwing quite a lot of weight at this.
Well, good shot.
Fint spel.
Jättebra.
Scotland can maybe come down and just sit one right on top of this.
So, yep, so enough weight to tap that out the back
Magan. Vill ni inte ha time direkt eller?
and roll the shooter across to lie first and third shot. And of course, if she gets a chance to come anywhere near that one on the button, she can just tap it back to pick up 2 or 3, but in between now and then there's a stone to come from Eve Muirhead, her last scheduled stone in this game.
Yeah, just looking for a freeze. Would probably want to just sit on the
Where?
high side, if anything.
Yes. Definitely don't want to over curl here. Just right on top of the yellow stone is what's required. Needs to curl. Here it comes now. Is it going to be enough? Well, it does lie first shot, but it's not, unfortunately for Scotland, not very difficult to dislodge it, and Sweden to pick up 2. In fact, if they tap it just hard enough on the nose, the yellow will lock on the back, the red will squirt out the side, and Sweden will pick up their 2.
Yeah, certainly, Richard. You can see it. You can probably see all of it. Just need to catch it on the nose. Just needed to curl just 3 inches more, and it was perfect. They have called a coach interaction.
What does that mean?
So I've asked the coach to come down from the bench.
Yep. Of course, they're allowed one of these in the game. Using it here, but it's the shot's straightforward. I think they're not going to talk to him after all. Just going to play it.
I think they were maybe just trying to save a bit of time.
So, a shot from Maria Pritz.
Yeah, a chance for a spot in the world final. And this one is setting. Coming down, it's looking pretty nice. Right on the nose, and it will be a score of 3 for Sweden. And Sweden will progress to the final. So nicely played from Maria Pritz. So Scotland will drop down into the semi-final game. They will play either Canada or the USA. So here we take a look at Maria Pritz's final stone. She knew she'd made it halfway down. She's into the final. It's not all over for Scotland though. They still have a chance. Sweden will sleep happy. So highlights. You see Sweden sitting 5 in the 7th end. Scotland's Eve Muirhead trying to play a tap back for a single point. This one comes down, just nudges it through the 4-foot, and it would be a score of 1. 4-3 Sweden would lead. In the 8th end, Scotland sitting 3. Maria Pritz with her final stone, trying to tap the red stone back for the single. This one just hung wide all the way, catches the top yellow, spins down in, and it would be a steal of 2, and Scotland took the lead, 5-4. 10th and final end, Eve Muirhead's draw, sitting on the button, just didn't come enough. Maria Pritz with a chance to play a nose run back and pick up 3 shots, which she duly did, and book her place in the World Championship final. (7-5) the winners over Scotland. And you see Scotland drop down into semi. They will face either Canada or United States. Sweden in the gold medal game. Still all to play for here in Riga, Latvia.
Well done on a great win tonight, Margarita.
Yes, it was a fantastic game tonight, and it felt so good to win this game.
You were in control all the way till the 8th end, and then the steal of 2 points turned the game completely.
Well, yeah, it was only the 8th end that was not so good from our side. It was so close. We touched so many guards in that end, and Eve got to steal 2, but we thought we still had a good chance to win the game, and we thought it was so our game, so we really wanted to win it.
What does it feel like to be in another final?
Oh, it feels so fantastic, and we really would like to get the gold medal now, so we will work really hard for that. And
overall, everybody happy with the way they played tonight?
Yeah, definitely. The ice was a little bit straighter, but we felt so confident, and we played really good game, all 4 of us, and the team spirit was just fantastic today.
Well done again. Well done again, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
So it was Sweden taking on Scotland in the Page 1-2 game. Sweden were the eventual winners, 7-5 after 10 ends. So from Richard and myself here in the Volvo Sports Centre, Riga, Latvia, thanks for listening.